Welcome back to Crypto Meets AI. Jerry here with an update for you. Do me a favor, friends. Smash that like button, hit subscribe, and comment down below. Let's get into it. BlackRock exec at Ripple Swell. The market is ready. Trillions are coming on-chain. This might have been the most electric moment at Ripple Swell 2025. Maxwell Stein, a representative from BlackRock, took the stage and straight up said what everyone's been waiting to hear. We've seen what early crypto adopters have done. They've shown us what's possible, and now the market is ready for broader adoption. You can feel the room shift. Stein credited Ripple and other early builders for proving that blockchain works, not as a concept, but as a real financial infrastructure. They've already tokenized fixed income, bonds, stablecoins, and that's where it started. But these rails are for trillions in capital flows. BlackRock saying trillions at Ripple's own event isn't a coincidence. It's a signal. Institutional money is no longer circling the crypto industry. It's starting to plug in. He finished with a challenge to the room. You crypto people, keep building market momentum. And just like that, Ripple's narrative of institutional rails for global liquidity hit a whole new level of credibility.
You know, who owns traditional securities today, right? If you take away the distinction that they're tokenized, that market will come. But in the short term, we need to prove out the utility. And there's two sort of separate segments of users that I think are going to be the earliest adopters here. And we need that market momentum in order to prove the utility to actually get the larger players to eventually come.
So they are really seeking regulatory clarity. If they have regulatory clarity, they understand the rules of the road, they understand that the rules are there with the investor protection as, you know, kind of the North Star, then they can work within those rules. And I think they're all expressing an enormous amount of interest in getting more engaged in the digital asset ecosystem. Obviously, they're doing a lot of work already to tokenize fixed income, tokenize bonds, create stable coins. I mean, you're seeing actually a lot of activity within the banks themselves to get engaged in the ecosystem. But I think to get them really engaged in the markets, there has to be regulatory.
Now, this is not financial advice. This is what I'm talking about. You have Ondo, you have Axelar, you have Archax, you have Circle, you have XLM, you have XRP, you have HBAR, you have ZBCN, Flare. You have all these tokens that are a part of this financial revolution and a part of this mass adoption stage that's taking place right now. Now, do your own research, but look into those coins that I mentioned, and you will see they are all utility driven. They're all ISO 222 compliant. They'll all be working with the new financial infrastructure that's being put in place. And if there's any tokens that you would like me to do some research on and go over in a video, just comment down below and let me know. And the White House crypto chief says Bitcoin is not XRP and tens of trillions are coming by year end. This was one of the best interviews at Ripple Swell 2025. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse sat across from Patrick Witt, executive director of the President's Council of Advisors for Digital Assets, for a raw, high-level conversation that connected the dots between Washington, Ripple, and the next phase of crypto policy in America. Let's go over it. First thing to point out, Bitcoin is not XRP, and the market's going to tens of trillions.
I would just say the future is very bright for this industry, and there are, you know, companies that are going to, you know, sprout up here in the space that probably aren't even in existence yet. And there's going to be just amazing, you know, efficiencies unlocked. It's going to integrate into the existing financial system. You know, stable coins are going to proliferate around the globe. So I think you're going to be talking about, you know, market cap into the, you know, tens of trillions, you know, even beyond what it is right now at, you know, 4 or 5 trillion. So, you know, there's going to be growth. There's going to be a lot of innovation in the space. There are plenty of companies in this space that are building the infrastructure for this financial future. And pretty quickly, they're going to start to understand that, you know, Bitcoin is not XRP, is not, you know, name your other token out there. And they're, you know, depending on the asset manager, they're going to find their places where they want to have exposure. Do they want to be exposed to the companies that are building that financial future? Do they want to be, you know, exposed to, you know, Bitcoin, you know, Ethereum, others? But I think you'll see that number. I think 50% that aren't, you know, exposed to, it's going to dwindle. I think, yeah. You know, you think a lot of Democrats like to fashion themselves as being, you know, pro-progress and, you know, pro-innovation. Well, you know, they kind of left the crown in the gutter and allowed, you know, the president and Republicans to pick it up. And we were more than happy to, you know, not only because we believe it's, you know, good politics, but it's good policy, and it's pro-American. We are the innovation capital of the world, and we need to make sure that we're doing everything that we can to ensure that that innovation takes place here at home. Because I think what you saw during the Biden era is there were a number of folks that believe that if we just kind of bury our heads in the sand and drive this, you know, away, then crypto will go away. That was obviously not the case. It flourished. It just didn't flourish here at home. So we have an opportunity to catch up, and we need to make sure that we got Genius done with stablecoin bill. Market structure is the next one, and we need to leap back into first place in this new era of financial innovation.
This is exactly what Ripple's whole mission has been about. Connection, not competition. Once this framework is in place, the floodgates will open. The industry is going to scale into the tens of trillions, and the United States will lead it. Ripple just stepped into the deep end of finance. A $500 million investment led by Fortress Investment Group and Citadel Securities, the same entities that move Wall Street's liquidity, now backing Ripple at a $40 billion valuation. Citi controls market structure, Fortress manages sovereign debt, and Ripple controls the rails where value will move next. $95 billion plus processed on Ripple payments, $1 billion plus RLUSD stablecoin market cap, 75 global licenses, and a token XRP designed to settle how Swift never could. The Internet of Value won't just be a slogan, it'll be the system everyone already uses. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse reflects on how far the crypto industry has come at Swell 2025. The fact that the president was on 60 Minutes talking about crypto, I would have not thought we'd be here, and neither did I. The amount of attention that the media is given to cryptocurrency and blockchain technology these days is unlike anything we've ever seen before. It's everywhere. CNBC, Bloomberg, Fox Business, it's everywhere.
The president had talked about making America the crypto capital of the world on 60 Minutes. And I remember thinking to myself as I was doing this interview, like the fact that the president is on 60 Minutes talking about crypto, that alone, I would not have thought we would be here. So, I mean, look, the journey that many of us have been on with the crypto industry has been long. It's had ups, it's had downs. Certainly the SEC lawsuit that the SEC suing Ripple was a painful part of that chapter for Ripple. And I really think for the industry, because it was so important.
And honestly, for me, I was barely getting into cryptocurrency back in 2020-21. If the SEC had not sued Ripple and we didn't have that old pipsqueak Gary Gensler doing all the dirty deeds for Elizabeth Warren in the banking industry, I would have not have had the chance to buy into XRP at the prices I did. I understand while the XRP army that was involved since like 2017, 2013 or whenever, I understand them being very upset with it all because they got hurt. For investors like me, all the SEC lawsuit did was allow me to buy into crypto or buy into XRP at great prices. Well, looky there, my friends. Ripple partners with Mastercard to introduce RLUSD credit card settlements on the XRP ledger, using RLUSD on the XRPL to create more efficient flows between banks and card networks.
This foursome right here just did an announcement that we're going to be looking at opportunities to leverage stablecoins for settlement purposes. So leveraging RLUSD on the XRP blockchain that you've heard about in ways that will enable more efficient and effective workflows between banks and card networks.
Well, now I believe you have XRP and XLM partnered with Mastercard. Keep on saying they're not in a fight. They're not in competition. They're in connection. They're interoperable. They're going to work together. Well, that's what I have for you folks. Until next time, stay savvy, stay stacking, and I'll catch you in the next one. If you enjoyed this, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and comment down below. And if you want more crypto deep dives, check out our videos right here on Crypto Meets AI. Thank you for watching. Remember to always do your own research. This is not financial advice.